Hey guys, Anime West Reacts here. It's gonna be a review for Sachi-iro no One Room, chapter 37. So yeah, I fell behind on this series. New to this channel at the very least, but I recorded a few up to this chapter for my previous channel, so I'm uploading those now. But yeah, this is for chapter 37. I haven't actually done this one yet, so yeah, we start off with Sachi, and it says, "The delusions are mine. So these delusions of mine should have been chopped off along with my hair. They should have been," meaning they're not. And then it says, "The choice is hers." So yeah, we start the chapter pretty much with Matsubase and Mr. coming back. So he's like, Matsubase saying, "We're finally here. The inn's way too far from our place. Plus, the buses don't come that often either. Things sure are inconvenient out here in the countryside." And he says, "They call you Mikimoto at the inn, huh? You got too many aliases. It's a pain to remember them. Tell me your real name." And so, yeah, Mister just ignores him, and he's like, "Ignored again, I knew it." Matsubase says, "You really don't talk about yourself at all, unlike Sachi." And then there's transition kind of thing, meaning that like they've walked quite a ways, I guess, and he says, "Why are you guys together again? Mutual benefit, was it? I understand how Sachi benefits from this, but I don't get how you would." Which, yeah, makes sense. It's like, pretty much asks him, "What does living with Sachi mean to you?" And he says, I knew you'd keep ignoring me anyways. Shall I take a guess then?" And he says, You were told something along the lines of she'd kill you if you didn't live with her, right?" And then Mister says no, which is kind of both true and not true. She did tell him she'd kill him, but I forget the exact reasoning what she said. I do know that it wasn't she'd kill him if he didn't live with her. And so yeah, Matsubase says, "I missed the mark, huh? I always thought I had sharp instincts." And Mister says, "That's too bad." And then he says, "Probably about 90% right." That's what Matsubase says. And then we get back to Sachi and you. Forgot his name, and he says, "But you," and then Sachi tenses up. And then yeah, Yashiro, that was his name. That's what Matsubase says. "We're back." And then he's like, Matsubase-san. And then says, he notices, "Oh, what about the knife?" Because Sachi put the knife down. And then Yashiro says, "Well, you see." And she's just like, Sachi just says, "My hand's just tired." So you see a pan and food. So Matsubase kind of just puts it together, and he's like, "Just tired, eh?" Sachi's like, "What?" And he's like, "Oh no, nothing." And he's like, "Let's go, Yashiro. We should run from that knife-wielding psycho." And he's like, "Okay, okay." And then Yashiro says, "See ya." And then you hear the door close, and then Mister asks her if anything strange happened. She says none, and that he was normal to the point of being eerie. And then she says, "We had lunch. Don't worry, I made Yashiro eat it first to check for poison." Or made sure Yashiro ate first. So he didn't, making sure that he didn't put poison in the food. And then she says it was the first time eating a homemade meal that wasn't cooked by him. And she says it wasn't as bad as she thought it would be. She's like, "I wonder why." And Mister says, "I suppose it's because I happened to be the first one to cook you a proper meal. You mistake ordinary meals for something more delicious than they are, just as you happen to think I was convenient. In the end, we merely had aligned interests." She thinks aligned interests, and she says, "You're right." He just says, And then Mister says, I'm going to sleep for right after his shower, I'm exhausted. And she says, all right. And then we got Sachi just kind of sitting here thinking, and she's like, Yashiro's cooking isn't something I'd particularly want to eat again, but why? And then she's like, thinks about it, and she's like, I know it must be because Mister and I have aligned interests. And then she's like, yeah, that's completely convinced, it says. That's why it's gotta be Mister. And she like opens a window and she's thinking, Yashiro's the weird one, not me. And then she thinks, but you, and then it's like, it says, I thought I might have been going crazy because he said something weird like that. And then she thinks about what their ultimate goal is. It's like, it says it doesn't really feel like they're trying to get in her way, but like, why are they sticking so close to us, pretty much? And then Matsubase is out here, and he's like, shouldn't you be monitoring us? And then she's like, well, why are you out here? He's like, for a quick smoke, and then she says, I told you not to use the balcony without my permission. And he's like, well, facility couldn't beat his nicotine addiction. It says, come on, let's let this one slide. And then Matsubase says, I heard from the mask guy. He said trust wasn't something that was built between you, or between you two. If that's true, then why do you stay together? And Sachi's like, why, you ask? And then Matsubase says, there are many ways where you can continue living from home, and they're 100 times easier than to keeping up this fake kidnapping. Sachi's like, are you serious? He's like, I'm absolutely serious. And yeah, she's like, your words are the same as someone who once pitied me for choosing Mister. It's like, even though no one ever thought to help me when I lived with my parents, you only pity me for being kidnapped. Is that all of you think I was happier in my old life. There should be a limit to how ignorant you can be. And then she's like, you have no idea what others are going through. All you care about is being right, but you never once think about being the one to make it right. There's no one out there that truly cares about me. The truth is, you couldn't care less about what happens to a stranger. Don't have the guts to take the risk, and don't get involved with me in the first place. You're only getting in my way. That's what Sachi says. Then she thinks, I came to put an end to your hide and seek, was it? He only said the same thing with different words. I really should kill him. And Matsubase says, risk, pros, cons, and trust. You really love thinking about those, huh? And he says, fine, if the price is for getting involved with you is taking a risk, then I'll risk it all. I was prepared to do so when I came here anyway. And then, yeah, you just have like a question mark. And then it says, I said I came to put an end to your hide and seek. There are just as many options for you as there are endings. But let me tell you one option you could take. And he says, I'll take custody of you through legal means. And I'll tell the press about your parents' abuse too. You'll never have to see them again. How's that? No risk to you at all, just gain. I've shown you what I'm willing to risk, so you'll listen to what I've got to say now, won't you? So who will you choose after playing your favorite comparison game, me or Mask? So yeah, pretty big thing he kind of dropped there with legal means, pretty much. Is Sashi has not really been looking at like the grander kind of picture or easier paths, I guess, that she could have taken to get out of her situation. Like Mr. said, or the uncle, as she calls him, said, Matsubase. Pretty much, yeah. Being that there are like legal ways that she could get out of the situation that she's currently in, rather than just kind of the illegal method, which is having the Mr. kidnap her and then just run away for who knows how long till they eventually get caught. Well, but whether she will actually go through with that method is to be seen. But yeah, I thought it was a pretty good chapter. Hope you all enjoyed this video. If you do, make sure to leave a like on it, comment down below, subscribe, share it. Check out the links down below in my description. Sorry, my talking is weird. But yeah, check out links down below to Twitter, Twitch, Discord, all that stuff. It's down there in the description and comment section. And yeah, I'll see you next time. See ya.